My Gavan and Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Archir Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on as Dol Amroth, my favourite faction. We are besieging the Ar-Adonayim in what I hope will be their last family member in Gobel Mirlon. Now, our army is not overwhelmingly strong, but their army is pathetically miserable. And so the only threat from that army comes from Ar-Gimmelzor himself, who comes with Adonayim armsmen. From Umbar itself, no less. He's a threat. Everything else is garbage trash that Imrahil will have a field day mopping up. Imrahil this time is supported by Amandir, who's also got some cavalry with him as well, so it's all going to be quite nice. In the north, however, Khand are just reminding us that they're a little gnat to swat away, and Captain Rukar is about to take Barat Khan, but we're not too concerned, because we make some money, which is very rare for us in this campaign. 43 turns in, we're only making 2,000 gold coins. But otherwise, it's not too shabby. Forces are retraining and repairing in Lynn here, which is going to be the holding and garrison point, of course, for the south. So if Khand, once they've finished with Barat Khan, if they head north, we've got them in a pincer. And hopefully, with the final death of the family of Umbar, the Adonayim, their admirals will bugger off. We're also trying to train some ships at the moment, but right now we are at an end turn. Now, I mentioned this yesterday in the Isengard video, but it pertains entirely to Dol Amroth and is worthwhile mentioning again, that in the future, the Corsair invasion script has been removed from the game, and playing as Dol Amroth, you will no longer have to rush Umbar in order to make the campaign not a frustrating nightmare. And it should be a little easier for those that find the campaign very hard, but primarily it should just be more fun, because you can do what you want now. You don't feel like you have to rush Umbar lest all hope be lost. And that's the primary reason it was taken away. But it was not taken away from Mythlond, which I didn't mention yesterday. I mentioned that part, but I haven't expanded upon it. In that this week I expanded on the invasion of Mythlond to make it a little bit more interactive and give you more warning, but also make it considerably more deadly. So if I can just break for one brief moment to just talk about that. The invasion now, at about turn to 65, you'll get told that there's a fleet on the move, and they were last seen passing the Cape of Andrast, which is just here. We're staring at it on the screen. And then 10 turns later, you get a message saying they're heading for the mouth of the Gwathlo. That can only be to Lond Dare. If we just turn the map off and show you, they must be heading for Lond Dare. And then 2 turns later, the Adonayim will sack and attack Lond Dare, where they will sack it the other way around. Attack and sack Lond Dare. If you own Lond Dare, playing as the High Elves, you will just get attacked there. You will have to fight them off. If you don't own it, then at the start of the turn, the camera jumps down here and a very cool little cinematic plays out whereby it zooms in on Lond Dare and you see the Ar-Adonayim destroy the garrison. And it also shows you the ship out in the bay, which is, I just think that's very cool. To be honest, that's the bit of the campaign I like the most. The bit of the script I like the most, and that's the most nothing-y bit. So anyway, they attack Lond Dare. Then 10 turns later, you get a message saying they are definitely coming for Linden. Make ready our defences. And then one of 4 things will happen. Number 1, they will attack Mythlond only. Number 2, they will attack Harlond and then Mythlond. Number 3, they will attack Forlond and then Mythlond. And the 4th potential option is they will attack Harlond, then Forlond, then Mythlond. So you could now be attacked in all 3 locations. The armies that attack Harlond and Forlond are a lot weaker than the army that attacks Mythlond, and there is a 2-turn break between Harlond or Forlond getting attacked, Harlond or Forlond getting attacked, and then Mythlond getting attacked. So you do get a lot of time to prepare for it. But anyway, there we are. So there's a change to the Corsair script. But returning to our own game and our own plans and worries and lives, the Adonayim have just abandoned the sieges on our ports, which is quite nice. But did you all just notice that Tharagrondost is held by the Adonayim? So they might well have a family member down there, but if they do, he can stay down there. He's out of harm's way. We are managing to build our ships, so we are going to hopefully reclaim some supremacy in the oceans, which we want, because we vastly outclass Harad on the oceans, and we don't want to be losing to them. So once we've killed off these Adonayim vessels, they might be able to get something from their port on the Isle of Tolfalas, but we are hoping to prepare an army to go and take Tolfalas back. But again, we are unfortunately just ending the turn because I'm going to siege out Gobel Mirlond. I'm not going to make the mistake of attacking it. At this point of the campaign, there's still a great deal of challenge ahead of us, and I don't wish to make things harder than it already need be, because for my skill level, Dol Amroth is difficult. there has been some pushback from people regarding the Corsair script, or one person in particular, who thinks that removing it, why would we make a campaign that already requires no skill more any easier? And to you, I would just say this is not the game for you, sir. Divide and Conquer, for those of you who are really very good at Total War games and either A, cheese the game to the cows come home, or B, just very, very, very on your micro work and you can control your armies like a swan swimming in an opera, which isn't something that happens often, but I'm assuming when a swan swims in an opera, it's rather graceful. If you are of that skill level, none of the factions in Divide and Conquer are difficult, and you are just going to have to suck that up, I'm afraid. If, however, like the rest of us, Dol Amroth is a rather difficult campaign for you, then removing the Corsair script is a very welcome addition, because it served little to no purpose. So there we are, that's the Corsair script done and dusted. Right, now we are making money, but if we train troops, we're going to lose that money. And we've got a good 8 turns until the army at Mirlond is needed again. So I think what we should try and do is utilise the money that we are making and try and make more money with it. Adeland could build us a grain exchange, which is quite cheap. Dol Amroth financially could only really give communal farming. That is really the only building here that would actually give us any money. We could get a fiefdom barracks over here and start churning out some useful units. But we've already got plenty of useful units. I just don't have the money to get them. Well, I do now, of course. But Methrast, what can you offer? Now, you've got a mining network available, but we would have to wait 3 more turns before we can even start building it. And the income gain is only 160 a turn, which isn't much. I think what I'm going to do is give Adeland its market, which leaves us with 1,600. And I'm tempted to give Lynn here something to go with the practice range, to be honest, just so that we can get some archers, because we're going to be fighting some bridge battles over here. So I am going to do that, which will give us 2,000 on the next turn. So we could get communal farming in Methrast, or communal farming. Let's go for Dol Amroth's communal farming. And Dol Amroth, if you could also train a unit, how much is the farming going to cost? 1,500, gives us 500 more. It's a shame we can't sort units by cost, isn't it? No, we won't have enough. That's all right. We're 2 turns away from the fleet being ready to head out, but the Corsairs seem to have gone off anyway. I also can, of course, see that they have got Halvanur away to the east. So we are not... Unless this is their last family member, we're not going to be killing them through capturing their settlements anytime soon. But if they've just got Tharagrondost and Halthaner, we can easily ignore those. Kumul is dead, but he will come back. We don't really want him to, but he can. We didn't blockade that port, no, sorry.
Ships ready.
So we got that ship coming. We had 400 left over as expected. We're going to have another 2,000 at the end of this turn, so get another farm built over there. And then I should really check the settlement details as to what we're going to build. Oh, wow. We absolutely want roads. So we're going to save up for the two following turns and get some roads in Netherland, and then our trade will increase wonderfully. I suppose because that's the trade coming in and out of this region up here, isn't it? The Ringlow Vale. And then that is the gateway to the west. So all of the trade from Western Gondor is coming through Adeland down into Dol Amroth, because the other connection for Dol Amroth is Tarnost, which is a little too far. So that's not getting the trade there.
Yes.
Diplomat, did I have a job for you? No. Why was I sending you over there? Am I sending you over as a scout? I think I am.
If only I could. Yes.
I don't need to ask my previous self what I'm doing. My current self has decided to send him as a scout. Moria and Breland are at war. No surprises. No surprises at all. It's just another end turn, isn't it? There we are. There we are. Things are moving fantastically in the modding scene for Divide and Conquer, courtesy primarily of coronavirus, to be honest, because we all have so much more time on our hands that we are able to do things quicker. Well, I say we. I mean, I certainly have a lot more time on my hands, and that is the main reason why I've been so active. I've been able to devote the time to the mod that I wish to. So things that normally would take a period of months are currently taking only a few weeks, which is perfect. Oh, are you trying to bribe, or do you actually want something? Nope, you're trying to bribe. Oh, the Ardenheim came. They sailed troops down here. Oh, here we go. Rubbing your hands together. Captain Minluben has come to alleviate the attack. No, alleviate the pressure. And he has sent some archer militia from the Isle of Tofalas. Traitorous scum. We shall be sure to burn the city to the ground in payment of their switching. He's got some archers and raiders, so he's got a nothing army at all. But Gimmelzor has a bit more. Of course, the only threat, as already mentioned, is him himself, and his cavalry may be able to give us a bit of a challenge, but it's a very big maybe. So we're going in. Lord Imrahil. We've got plenty of Amrothian archers, and we have got some pikemen. Something that I have seen suggested, which seems to my mind to actually make a lot of sense if we need to, is the Amrothian archer and the Gondor archer militia now share the same stats, and it seems pointless to have two iterations of the same unit shared between a faction that shares almost all their units anyway. So if our unit space ever becomes really tight, at the moment we have 4 slots available, and if we particularly want more than that, then the Amrothian archers will probably almost certainly be a candidate for cutting out. That was like a politician speak, wasn't it? Probably, almost certainly. If you want things to be vague, then just throw extra words in there. Right, so Minluben is attacking us. He's coming from above us, and Gimmelzor's coming from down over there. Minluben has nothing that our cavalry is afraid of, so we'll finish him off with cavalry alone, and we'll pull back to this hill over here, where our archers will get the best out of them. Where we will get the best out of our archers. I have also made the change that Baragund in future will now be the Nimrodel Mariner bodyguard that starts outside of Etheland, and the Seaward Spearman is now going to be controlled by a general called Mistvin.
The enemy have brought up more men.
Yep, as expected. You guys come and stand here. I've been watching the various information that's coming out about Warhammer 2 as well, with the Warden and the Paunch coming. And the game just looks absolutely fantastic. But every single time I play it, I lament the fact that it is not Lord of the Rings. What I would not give for Warner Brothers to approach Creative Assembly and say, hey, we've seen what you did with Warhammer, and we think it's fantastic. Would you like to do the same with Lord of the Rings? Because I would be all over that. And that wasn't a very good charge at all, because they got caught. But as I say, there's nothing here that we need to worry about. Oh, that was much better. Well done. Oh, and that was way better from... I can't remember his name. Began with an A, didn't it? Isn't he called Amandil? We don't remember the nameless generals. It's a good way of distancing oneself from units that are likely unlikely to survive the coming campaign. Please don't shoot at these. Don't waste your arrows on these pathetic nothings.
The enemy of the battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
There we are, and those ones are running away.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
Don't knacker yourselves out. Don't knacker yourselves out. Come and stand back over here. Right, now, fellows, soon you will be able to fire at will. The army is only slowly coming. Oh, they've bugged out, haven't they? They will come, but it's going to take them a long time. They really don't want to come at the moment, because they know that if that army dies, we'll take the city without a battle. And they don't like that.
If we continue
Amandir arrives, tag teaming the enemy. We have lost a Royal Swangar, but I don't know against who it was. But hopefully killing that army off will now get them into gear. Possibly, maybe, yes, no, I don't know. It's the Malcolm in the Middle song, isn't it? Right, well, everyone stand ready. They'll be here shortly, I have no doubt. Let's thin up that melee line a bit. Move everyone a little further forward. In my spare time at the moment, I'm happy to report that I'm once again playing Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, continuing playing the campaigns in chronological order, which is such good fun. Yesterday I played York, and now I am moving on to Honfoglalas. the historic battle. Historic battles are really good fun because if you don't like the faction that that battle is about, you know that you only have to play them once. Whereas I've just finished the Tariq ibn Ziyad campaign, and we used to like the Berbers a lot, but I don't really anymore. And so having to play through his entire campaign was a bit of a drag, really. But I did it, and it's got a golden tick next to it, so we can move on. Right, all we really need to assure is that this guy dies. So if the enemy's not going to come to us, then we will come to them. And we will charge and kill him, because he's standing right out the front. I don't know what unit is bugging them out, because every unit is actually on the field. But because they can't form the line they want to form, they're just not doing anything. Oh, cool Gondorian Umbarth version flag. There's the traitorous Gondorians standing. And those guys look like they were second-guessing their decision, don't they? They keep looking over their shoulders. They're expecting assassins at any turn, and quite rightly so, because for those people we shall spare no mercy. Oh, now they decide to move. Yeah, now you want to move. Right, cavalry. I know that you're probably quite tired, but if you could run now. And Imrahil, I really want you on his flank so that you can kill Gimel Zor. I don't really care about the actual unit. I want him dead. They're not running away, are they? No, they're sort of repositioning. Right, there we go. Get him. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. He's out on that left-hand side. Lance is down. We didn't get him.
Dol Amroth.
And I don't think we killed very many either.
For the glory of Numenor.
Pull out, pull out. Get him to stand still. Get him to turn around even better. I recently learned that there is a huge boost to attack if you do get a flank attack on the back of an enemy unit. It's something like a +8 attack if you attack them in the back, which is incredibly good. Oh, our units can fire at will. Sorry. Who's that coming close to you? Sathron Lancers. Well, they're charging head-on into our defensive line. What on earth are they doing?
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Idiots. Anyway, we're not bothered about them. We are going to kill Gimel Zor. Come on, who did you just get caught on?
Our men have slain
Yes!
the enemy general.
Yes!
Enemy, but no less dead for that.
Right, Gimel Zor is
But
dead.
press our advantage.
That is all we actually needed here today. But we might as well finish off his little battalion there. Is the bulk of our forces now in combat? Oh yes, including our archers apparently.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
As was Zaire Raiders. Right, move the melee line out of the way then. Oh, pull away, pull away, pull away, pull away. Don't get hit by the Rondor mercenaries. Right, now let's go and finish off this large group of archers that are picking off our units.
Only
I expect
the
enemy will almost certainly run away as soon as we get anywhere near them. They've just lost such a good general. That archer unit ran away as soon as it ran out of arrows. Dear oh
The
dear.
battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Keep mopping them up, keep mopping them up. Get the guardsmen back, they've performed very well, but we don't need to get them and kill them. And you guys go over there. Get those raiders. Right, what have we got over here? You go for those Rondor mercs. Pull away. And then Imrahil can hit them as well. Imrahil, that was awful. That was god awful. You went for like the 5 in front. You got to hit the bulk of the army. Ah, there we are. They're broken and routing. Is anything still actually going? We've got some the Ardenaim armsmen aren't dead yet, of course. Otherwise, everything else is running away.
The enemy
And it's over. 42 men lost. 1,900.
Remember it as the day of our most glorious
Oh
victory.
dear. Imrahil took 490 down, and Amandir 219, which is actually joint second, which is quite cool. That doesn't happen very often. And Rothian archers doing a lot of damage, even though we weren't paying attention. In fact, after Imrahil, the archers all put in a real stint there. That's really very good. And those guardsmen killed 79. The seaward spearmen, the pikemen, and the other pikemen did not even get involved. Sorry. Barragund killed 2 people. He did get a little involved. But that's fine. The guardsmen were showing their might. Today was their day. And now everybody cross those fingers, cross those toes. Have we just defeated the Ardenaim? I've got everything crossed. I can't cross my fingers very well. I don't know why, but the fingers on the right hand, it doesn't bend far enough over. Not that you needed to know. Kill them all. Let's sack it. The Númenórean king is dead. Oh, I changed that, by the way. It says the our Ardenaim leader is dead in future. Enemy camp sacked. Gobel Mirlon gets a master merchant. Oh, look how close we are to getting that. Do we want that in Gobel Mirlon, though? We don't really, do we? Because we're not going to hold Gobel Mirlon. But I mean, I'd like to get it, but I can't afford it. New mission, a trade agreement with Dol Guldur. We'll try. God, just under attack. Faunus is assaulted, and no. The Ardenaim endure like rats. Damn. How much of this do we own? Oh, that tower there is theirs. Can we build a tower? No. Come on. Yes. Yeah, there we go. And how about building me one over there as well? Oh, what can you train? Oh, boat. Not bothered about boat.
Forward. Let us set up camp.
Finish off whatever's left.
Be gone. Maintain order. Assail the enemies of God. Ha ha! We've destroyed them.
I like the way he says that.
Captain of Gondor.
Ha ha!
Let us set up camp here.
Right, Barragund and almost the entire garrison bar those guardsmen go and stand on that bridge over there. Turn the attacks down and they'll like us a bit more. And let's, if we can, keep saving. Don't build anything yet. We want those roads in Tolfalas.
Maintain order.
Amadir, get onto the there, and you go into the army there. Gobel Mirlon is a useful and good city. We want to hold it because it starts as a city. It's one of the biggest towns in the area. So we definitely want that. Right, Delenn got its grain exchange. It's 4,500 on that. If we can get the Master Merchants Guild offered to us twice more, then we'll be able to actually get it.
We have their port blockaded.
Now we just need someone to come over and capture that.
Have you come to negotiate?
Mistven, I think you should do it. What have you got? You're Nimrodel Mariners, aren't you? Now we've got 1,000 gold coins, haven't we? So if we take a guard unit, and Mistven and those coastal wardens come over here.
Let us set up camp here. Ships
We'll
ready.
come and get you, and we'll go and take Gobel Tofalas back.
Cannot sail there.
Which I assume means that their leader, whoever is left, is over here. Yes, Lord Balkazir, faction heir, is in Haldunur, which could possibly well mean their faction leader is now in Tharagrondost, which means we aren't going to be killing them off via regicide. But if they are to go Horde again, which is entirely possible for them, then at least they're going to do it over there, in Tharagrondost or in Haldunur. Ideally Tharagrondost, so then they're Gondor's problem. I'm with Gondor. We stand shoulder to shoulder as brothers in arms, giants against the sea of pathetic peasant scum that come before us. But I don't want to take all of their burdens, and I think they can do to endure a few burdens of their own. So we'll leave the Ardenaim to them. If we don't take Tirathoros and leave that as a Candish little outpost, then the Ardenaim won't come for us, because one of the best exploits in the game is that the AI is really, really, really reluctant. Doesn't ever go through its allies' regions to get to you. This is a problem that Medieval 2 has always had, that doesn't affect later games in any way at all. But in these earlier games, they will not walk through allied lands to attack you, unless they are on a crusade.
That's right.
Oh, look, we can kill off him.
And the grapples and
Yes. Farewell, friend.
we are ready your weapons. Find it. Maintain order. Slay them.
You only need one ram, actually. Oh, look at that pathetic garrison.
Assail the enemies of Gondor.
Welcome to your end, friends. And let's blockade them for good measure.
Blocking access to their port.
How do you like the tables turned, you Númenóreans? You're not Númenóreans. We are the true sons. You are pretenders from the south, and you know it. We all know it. So stop pretending that you're anything more. Captain Masatha, where have you come from, and why are you encroaching on my terrain?
We shall remember this day. Awaiting your command.
Amandir, don't die in the fort. You go. Don't die in the capital, in the city rather. And what to do with Imrahil? What to do with Imrahil? Well, go and build me another tower for now. And we'll think on what to do with you in due course. And then head back. At least we've got sight range in Mirlon there. We don't really want to... Oh, our roads are building. Yes. And are we all that bothered about a Master Merchant Guild? I don't think it's actually very good. I'm not concerned about a Master Merchant Guild at this time. I'd really like to hold Gobel Mirlon, though. It's a nice city to have. I don't really want to lose it. So I think if this army stays down here and holds, we'll make some good money in due course once we got Tolfalas back. And then once Athelan builds those roads, there's another 400 odd coming in. We've got farms coming from Methrast and from Dol Guldur, which should help. Lynn here, you can build something. Have you got anything economical? We've already been through this, haven't we? No, and I chose a practice range. So give us a leather tanner. Dol Amroth has 2 turns. You've got 6. You've got 3, so we don't need to worry about those. So we can end the turn. The fiefdom building, by the way, in future versions, the fiefdom barracks can now be built in Dol Amroth, in Minas Tirith, and in Umbar, and in Londare as well. So you get it in those 4 locations. And the way station, which lets you retrain the fiefdom units, is no longer available anywhere in Gondor. Because an exploit that I am currently able to do is that if I build the fiefdom way station in Dol Amroth and the barracks, I will be able to train the fiefdom units at roughly twice the speed that I should. So their replenishment should be about 12-ish turns. But if I build the way station as well, that will drop to about 8 turns. It may even be more than that. It may even drop to 5 or 6, actually.
The enemy lays siege.
And there we are. As expected, Harad have broken the peace that we have brokered between us, that I have brokered between the two of us, and they're coming for us. But that will be for the next video. For now, and to end this video, we will fight off... Oh, goodness, no, we won't. That army will massacre us. He's only got Nimrodale Mariners. I kept the ship here, didn't I? Yeah.
Retreat!
Right, so they brought reinforcements, so we must do the same. For now, then, jump in there and send back over there so that you don't die. You go and stand in a fort.
Ships ready. Set sail.
Haradrim, a Principality of Dol Amroth, yes. Lynn here build a practice range. We didn't get the Merchants Guild offered again, probably because we're under siege. But we need to go back to Tolfalas then with an actual army. Methrast can provide that army quite handily. Although Dol Amroth will be better, it trains faster. I'll take your 2 guard units because you can actually train those. I do want 2 archer units, and if you retrain the Haven Guard, we'll take then the army that you provide. Mistven will go in that fort to give him free upkeep, so we'll at least earn a bit more money while we're waiting. I would actually really like you to build a governor's quarters, if you would, in future, because you haven't got very much free upkeep. And I'd like free upkeep. If we can get to the point where you can train Nimrodale Mariners as well, then Mistven would be free. If he went to Dol Amroth, he'd be free there as the garrison commander. But of course, we are going to have to deal with this fellow. And it will be Imrahil to do it, but it will be in the next episode, which will come on Friday. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as I have enjoyed playing as Dol Amroth. I'm really disappointed that the changes that have gone into the mod have gone in before I started all these campaigns, but Dol Amroth hasn't really been affected or changed, to be honest. It just would have meant we wouldn't have had to have rushed the Ardenaim, and instead would have fought our battles slowly out of the mouth of the Anduin, as it is a bit more, as it should be, really. But for now, and until we speak again, Navarne den Permad Belonin, and farewell.